What's happening? Because you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio Shouty and stepping in the building. I got a friend and family member to the show off in this thing. Dee-1, what's good with it, boss?
Man, it's great, man. New album out right now. Tour coming up.
Come on, man. HipocriticalHop, man. I mean, you just dropped this album on these folks. First of all, I had a chance to marinate it on D.
You listened to the album?
Yeah, I listened to the album, man. I had to marinate on it, man.
Good.
Now, I mean, first of all, you got into that gangster, okay?
Yeah.
Now, when I heard that gangster growing and nurturing gifts in this thing, I knew that you was taking it in a whole different direction.
Yeah.
What has it been like dropping HipocriticalHop? Because see, in the same breath, when you say hypocritical, you're going in a different direction than hip-hop is.
Yeah.
So you totally on the other side of hip-hop versus the way hip-hop is.
So I want to make something clear. I hate hypocritical hop.
Ooh.
Because hypocritical hop is like hell. Hip-hop is like heaven.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
So that's what happens.
So you're defining what HipocriticalHop is.
Yes. This whole album is defining what HipocriticalHop is.
Okay.
Hip-hop, like I said, man, it's amazing. It's something that has life-changing power. It's equivalent to like, wow, something that is amazing like heaven.
Yeah.
So then it's like, well, what do you call this other stuff that's glorifying murder and drug dealing and disrespecting women? You can't call it hell, so you call it hypocritical hop.
Yeah. So,
me?
okay, now, when you talk about HipocriticalHop, I mean, it's 9 songs of funk on this thing, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
And when I saw those songs, I mean, Gangsta, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Then you got into My Enemies with BG, man.
Yeah, I got
How did
BG.
that banger come about?
Yeah, man. BG and Dee-1, we done did the collab of the year. Like that song's so fire. And
talk to me.
The way it came about, I was on tour a few months ago.
Yeah.
I linked up with BG out there in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And when we linked up, we chopped it up as men. I was just like, man, we got a lot more chemistry than I thought we would have. We ain't never talked before. We never met each other. I didn't know BG, you know what I'm saying, prior to him going to jail. So, you know, that chemistry off the mic led to an idea I had for a song on the mic.
Yeah.
And in my verse, I'm talking about the 3 different types of enemies that they got. You know,
Yeah.
you got the enemies that hate on you from a distance. You don't even know them. You got the frenemies who... They right in front of you. They your friends. They grew up with you, but they your enemies because of jealousy. And then you got the enemy within.
Yeah.
You got the enemy that you battle with every day, which is your own flesh, you know? So I talked about my enemies, which is the title of the song from my perspective, and BG got a lot of experience with enemies as well. So he was able to talk about growing up in New Orleans, being 15 years old, you know what I'm saying? Having the whole city on his back, having people plotting on him and hating on him since he done came home, having people that's, you know, wanting to spend his money with him, but don't want to help him make his money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, this song
For
fire.
you, though, man, growing up, I'm pretty sure as a Hot Boy fan, what was it like getting in there with BG and being able to just drop one?
Yeah, it felt good, bro.
Okay.
It felt good because it made it click to me that, like, man, people who I once looked up to, now they respect me enough to where we are peers.
Exactly.
You feel me? So me and BG doing the song, I'm like, man, that's amazing. Me and Turk, we did a song way back, like probably like 10 plus years ago. You know what I mean? That's obviously somebody who, me and Turk got a cool relationship, real cool relationship. You know that. Me and Juvenile, I'm on Juvenile's new single that's about to drop. You know what I mean? Me, Juve, and Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
So there's only one hot boy left that I ain't work with.
Who? Wayne.
Weezy F baby. There's only one left.
Nah, I ain't mad at that.
But you know that I'm a hot boy as well. I don't know if you know that.
Talk to me now. When did you become a hot boy?
I'm the holy hot boy.
You the holy hot boy.
You heard me?
So you like the flesh and bone, the bone thugs and harmony.
There you go. Like I'm the dude that grew up, you know, inspired by listening to them and grew up like, man, these dudes give our city an identity and a flavor. But then God took my life in a certain direction to where God was like, if you gonna get in that rap game, you better make sure that I'm coming first before anything else that you working on or glorifying on that mic. So I'm like, man, I got that hot boy in me, but I got that holiness before the hot boy. So I'm the holy hot boy.
So now, I mean, you also got you a star with La Russell in this thing, man. I mean, 2 independent minds coming together to make a banger.
Yeah.
First of all, did y'all chop up in the independent game before y'all even got the song together?
Man, we recorded a whole podcast episode before we did the song together.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Talk to me, man.
That's how that went, man, because we know, man, we some game changers, bro.
Yeah.
La Russell holding it down for the West Coast. I'm holding it down for the South.
That's right.
Majorly, you know,
Come on.
being people who the independent artists are looking at as like the blueprint, you know, for what success and freedom can look like.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to bite our tongue for anybody, man. Because we know that our fan base is locked into us.
Facts.
We don't get mad at getting cosigns from other people, but we not slaves to other people's cosigns.
Yeah.
You know, so that was cool, man. That was long overdue. We actually did 3 songs together, but I chose to put this one on my album, You a Star. The meaning of that song, You a Star, is basically telling everybody, if you ain't got 1 million followers on Instagram, and if you ain't got a whole bunch of people calling you a celebrity, that still don't mean that you're not a star. You know, you a star if you wake up every day and you authentic and you know your God-given purpose. You getting out here, you growing and nurturing your gifts, serving the Almighty. That make you a star right there.
Come on now.
And a lot of people think they a star just because they got rich off of sinning and glorifying evil, so they bought themselves a crib and a car, and they think that make them a star. But that don't make you a star, that make you a slave.
Exactly.
Straight up, and they don't even realize it. So, you know, that's what I wanted to do, man. The average person, the common person, needs to be saluted in this world nowadays. Because I promise you,
that's true.
It's people that's raising their kids, getting their education, making an honest living, and they feel like they're doing something wrong. They feel like wait, that's not enough though. Like I'm not really winning if I ain't got, you know, enough followers to show that everybody loving me. It's not about everybody loving you. It's about your loved ones loving you, and more than that, it's about God approving of how you living your life down here. You feel me? A lot of people don't understand that, bro. So yeah, me trying to get people to realize that you were a star the moment you were created in your mother's womb.
Exactly.
You became a star right then and there. So don't waste your valuable time here on earth chasing validation from a whole bunch of other lost people.
Yeah. I mean, and then also you got to love yourself in the midst of all of that stuff as well.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, disappointed grown-ups though. OGs versus DGs.
Oh
man.
Boy.
Now I love the flow on that because I mean you broke down what was going on with the OGs, but then also you broke down what was going on with the DGs at the same time too. So I mean, what was that like? Putting together that concept for that song and just flipping it up on folks.
Because we got a lot of disappointing grown-ups in this culture, man. And they think they OGs just because they old. Yeah. You feel me? So we got to draw a line and say, no, that's OG behavior, but that right there, that's DG behavior.
Exactly.
You hear me?
What up, though, Turk?
Whoa. That's that boy Turk.
Exactly, the original one himself.
That's Tab Virgil.
Yeah. So now, I mean,
so I had to draw that line, bro. It's a lot of stuff that's going on in the culture that we don't have to call the people out, but we need to call the behavior out. You hear me, bro? Just yesterday, I heard Jermaine Dupri get on the interview and say that he blew $10,000 in the strip club in Magic City every Monday for 20 years. That's $10 million. First of all, I don't believe him. Second of all, that's not something to be celebrating.
Well, what if he was putting them through college, Dee-1?
Man, get out of here, man. Stop, man. Stop.
Why if he was putting them through college?
Man, bro, that as a 50-plus-year-old man, which JD is at this point, we got to learn that, yo, that might be part of our past, but there's a difference between celebrating that versus saying that was actually irresponsible and I done learned from that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, I think in JD's case, when you spending that $10,000 every Monday to make sure that record get played, I think that was more so of a marketing budget that he done spent in there over the course of 10 years that he was giving away in the club to make sure that those records were getting broke.
He said 20 years.
Well, 20 years. I mean, he been breaking records. I mean, you see what he's doing right now, going crazy out here in the A. To break records in Atlanta, you had to go through Magic City.
So here's the thing. When he's saying 10 racks in the club and blowing it on the strippers and all that type of stuff, that is also something to where you're saying that breaking the record is more important than objectifying them women in that club.
So what you're saying is that strip clubs need to be abolished, Dee-1, and everybody's not going to agree with how you feel about that, sir.
Since when have I started caring about if people agree with me, man?
And I agree with you not agreeing with everybody else.
Yeah, I don't care about these people.
That's still just a way of life. You got to live and let live too, Dee-1.
Yeah, man, look, I ain't gonna lie.
And let live.
We need to abolish all the strip clubs.
See there.
And I'm in Atlanta saying that right now, you heard me? We do. Because if everybody likes strip clubs till it's their daughter on that pole.
Hey, you ain't never lied about that because, I mean, I got 3 daughters and I'm not playing that, okay? No, y'all not about to be doing that around here. At the end of the day, it's just like different strokes for different folks. So for where I stand at, it's like, okay, I understand what leads to people being on the stripper pole. I understand what keeps people from the stripper pole. I understand what leads people to doing drugs. I understand what leads people to selling drugs. I understand all of those things. And by understanding that, you know, the preventive maintenance goes back to elementary school. That's why I'm at with it. You got the, you know, elementary to prison pipeline, and you got the elementary to the pole pipeline. And we got to make sure that we go back to elementary school, making sure that folks can read, write, count, and be educated. Because you know my whole theory, D-1, education is the solution to everything.
Oh yeah, you and I.
You know, I don't play that. If you go and learn something, you're gonna do better, regardless of what the hell's going on. But I'm with you 1,000% on your stance because at the end of the day, somebody has to be on that side to let people know that there are alternatives to what the hell's going on out here.
There you go, bro. There you go.
No, so I'm all over the place, D-1.
There you go.
I understand what's going on over there. I understand what's going on over there. And it's a balance that we have, but it's the reality that we have to create. So it's like similar to Dr. King having a dream. When he said white folks and black folks playing in a park together, at that time, folks were like, nigga, please, that ain't gonna happen. He passed away, and what happened? That dream came true. So, I mean, sometimes you might not be there to see the dream, but that don't mean you can't spike it up and crank it up. Now, I mean, why do we, though?
Ooh, most powerful song on the album, one of the most important songs ever in hip-hop history. My song, Why Do We? I say, why do we cry when rappers die, but we love when they glorify murder when they're alive? Why do we claim that we love one another, then turn around and backstab our brother? Why do we claim that we cherish our sisters, then disrespect them and call them all bitches? Why do we cry when rappers die, but we love when they glorify murder when they're alive? And I got a group of kids singing that hook. When you hear that song, B, it can't help but give you chills, you heard me?
Yeah.
Because it show hypocritical hop at its finest.
Well, now, the only thing that made me mad about you rapping it is because you didn't cover up the inches with the ad-lib that you used on the album. You came in here and got wrong with me. That was one of my favorite songs off of the album, too, and you dropped that on Instagram as well. When I saw that, it was one of those things to where the explanation of the world that we living in that you're giving right there, I mean, why do we cry when folks pass away when that was part of a deaf culture? You know, I mean, how do we make this better? How do we make it better, though, D-1? Do we just stop everything cold turkey, or do we just say, you know what, we just gonna try to figure it out as we go?
Bro, first we gotta admit that we have a problem.
Ooh.
That's step number 1. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, you can't tell me that I don't love hip hop, but I hate hypocritical hop.
Yeah.
I don't hate no individual, no human being, man. Our only op is hypocritical hop. So when you allow that negativity, like Ephesians 6 and 12, it ain't flesh and blood we battling against. It's evil spirits, principalities, dark forces of the underworld, you heard me? We've allowed that to infiltrate hip-hop, and it compromised hip-hop. So now we have to acknowledge, like, dang, we got 2 cultures. We got hip-hop versus hypocritical hop. It's a war, you heard me? Straight up, it's a whole war out here.
So answer me this then, D, because I mean, you've rapped with some of the most gangsterous rappers out here, man. So I mean, when you go in and get a verse from a BG, or you go in and get a verse from Project Pat, how do you have those conversations with artists to let them know where you coming from and where you at with it, and then still have enough, you know, sense to embrace them on the track?
Brother, the fruit,
to bridge the gap.
The fruit of my walk with God speaks for itself. Therefore, my reputation precedes me at this point. So when somebody's like, oh, D-1 reaching out to do a song with me, they already know how I'm coming, you heard me? They know how I'm rocking. So that makes it to where I don't even have to say too much. Then I'm never trying to tell somebody not to be creative and get in their bag, you heard me? So shout out to my man Turk, he just walked in. Turk told me out his own mouth. He said, that song with you and BG hard. Didn't you tell me that, Turk? See that? He said, that song with you and BG hard. I'm like, man, I appreciate that, bro. Because a lot of people are just see the 2 names on there, D1 and BG, and they'll be like, there ain't no way this gonna sound good. How this gonna mix?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when people listen, they realize we are way more similar than we are different as human beings.
Yeah.
It's about finding those commonalities and saying, now we could use our creativity to build on that. Man, that song My Enemies, then when we shot the music video for it, and just the conversations me and Jizzle done had, like off camera, man, it leads to a positive fruit-bearing relationship.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm in this thing for.
So at the end of that conversation, did you say, BG, you better not ever rap about no more gangster stuff from here on out because you need to jump on this side of the train?
No, I don't have to tell somebody that.
Then what are you doing then, Dee-1? Because that's what you come here doing.
But I'm telling that to the whole culture through my music, through being the example.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, bro. When we try to draw these dividing lines and say, if you on some positive stuff, you on some negative stuff, y'all should never interact, then things ain't gonna never change. So we gotta mix and mingle. How you think I get light skin? Because it was obviously different races that mixed and mingled. You hear me? Straight up. Like that's
I'm with you.
That's how the world work, man. So that being said, yeah, bro. Like I build relationships with people. Same thing with we talking about Turk. Same thing with me and Turk. Like we done been on here, had different opinions at the same time. But man, me and that man love each other.
Exactly.
In a real way. So
exactly.
That's what I'm on, bro. But when people hear that song, it's I'm kind of getting to the point, B, to where my music is undeniable.
No, it's jamming.
And haters don't like that, because now they can't be like, man, that dude just be talking what he talking, but his music whack. They can't even say that, bro. Like, it's really undeniable at this point.
Well, see, that leads me to call it like it is. You know, I mean, you done dropped Kendrick in the front of that thing, too, sir.
When he shouted me out.
First of all, take me to when you heard Kendrick shout you out in the middle of one of the biggest beefs in hip-hop, sir.
Yeah.
Where were we at with this?
Where were we at? I mean, I was shocked. I didn't know that was coming.
And, okay, take me to what was your stance in the middle of the beef? Because I know you was outspoken and raising hell about something.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and then Kendrick done shouted you out.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind at that time,
I
sir?
wasn't a fan of the beef. You feel me? I wasn't a fan of it.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Even though the song was jamming like hell, but I didn't like the beef.
Right. I didn't like the beef, exactly. And I saw so many people in hip-hop culture turn into groupies during that time of the beef. Because it just showed me how much people lower the bar when it comes to them wanting to be entertained. You hear me? So people were so entertained by the beef, but I'm looking at the residual damage that it's gonna have. And plus, a lot of fans be hypocrites. When I talk about hypocritical hop, I'm talking about the fans primarily. Why? Because the same fans that was quote unquote going against Drake in the beef, you would think that beef symbolized real hip hop versus commercialized, watered down fake hip hop, right?
Yeah.
But all them people that was riding with Kendrick during that beef, it ain't like they stopped listening to commercial rap after that. It ain't like they didn't stop listening to Drake after that. Them same journalists is covering Drake's new music that he's dropping right now. Man, people be faking, man. And I just called it out. So that's when I did that song, Call It Like It Is.
Exactly.
And I said, I'm calling it all out. You heard me? All out. So I said, y'all done turned this culture trash. These so-called legends ain't no legends. I don't care if they sold millions or you hearing their message. Poisoning our own community. Everybody hypnotized. Why you think nobody respect black people? No big surprise. Call it like it is. I love New Orleans, my city, but I love God way more. I don't care if none of y'all with me. We celebrate being stupid, and everybody's so gangster. But when they clock in for that white man, they be on their best behavior. Call it like it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, I just had to,
Well, no, that's the bottom line. I mean, folks go in there and clock in and they act like they got some doggone system, but they ain't clocked in, they acting a damn fool.
They get on the internet, they want to be some clowns, man. We celebrate stupidity. That's why I took the word gangster. All of y'all quote unquote gangster rappers, I took that from y'all. I got that term now. Gangster, growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty. Because y'all misused it. Y'all want to be gangster so bad, all y'all did over the last 40 years is help provide a soundtrack to further ruin our communities, man. That ain't cool. What's really gangster is we gonna change what's going on in these hoods.
Exactly.
You heard me? So that's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta be bold when you're going up against ignorance that has become normalized. And you can still love the person. That's the thing. You can still love the person, but be like, I hate the ignorance inside of you that's at the forefront of what you perpetuate.
Now, those are bars, sir. I'm not going to argue with that right there. Those were some bars.
Come on, man.
Diddy in his trial and case, man, what has been your thoughts on that right there, D?
Yeah, bro. Man, I'm not finna waste my time getting over-invested in that Diddy trial and all that stuff, because I saw so many people get infatuated with it because people really don't be having no purpose in life, B.
Yeah.
And when you don't know your purpose in life, it allows you to get distracted with meaningless gossip and tea and BS.
Yeah.
People just wanted to laugh about gayness and laugh about baby oil. So that's why they were so invested in the trial.
Yeah.
They not really taking no stands. So when I see all these people on the internet that got these strong opinions, 9 out of 10 of them ain't really standing on no real type of business. You heard me? So I think Diddy got acquitted, right? Or something like that.
Well, only guilty of 2 out of 5 charges.
So what do that mean? That mean he gonna do jail time or no?
He's still in prison right now. They are doing the sentencing in October.
Right.
So he hasn't been sentenced just yet. But he's not doing the life sentence that he would have got on the RICO. I think that's where a lot of people were having issues with the whole thing, was that we understand that he was out here partying and having freak offs, but I don't think that people felt like it warranted a RICO.
Yeah, okay.
That was the main argument.
Okay. When I did the song Call It Like It Is, this is one of the things I wanted to call out. As black people, everybody boycotting Target right now, you heard me?
Right.
Right? Because of what? They DEI policies.
That's right.
Well, then we should be even more passionate about boycotting the murder music that's putting a target on our back, causing us to DIE.
Ooh.
You heard me?
Ooh.
Big facts.
No, I ain't gonna argue with you on that.
Yeah. So I done started a murder music boycott to where all music that's glorifying us killing each other, making it sound cool, you heard me? Not narrating what you seen in your hood, but glorifying it, making a soundtrack to make this stuff seem admirable or cool or whatever. I said we need to boycott that. Boycott making it, boycott marketing it, and boycott listening to it. You heard me?
Now, I'm gonna ask you this though, Dee-1, because I mean, your influence has grown strong over the years. As far as just community efforts to fight poverty and increase education in these areas, where is your energy with that? Or are you specifically just focusing it on hip-hop and hypocritical hop?
Yeah, no, hip-hop is part of a bigger lifestyle to where I'm speaking in prisons. All across the country, including my city, including New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? I'm a college professor, so making sure I pour into the young minds, you know what I mean? I'm out there making sure that we're talking about financial literacy from a place of not just getting the bag, but knowing how to properly save and invest the bag when you get it. So doing financial literacy tours, this has been a part of my lifestyle the whole time. The music just provides a soundtrack to the lifestyle. So every song we naming that's on the album, man, this song, it's like a college course I could teach on each one of these songs, man. You feel me? Like, yeah, when we say gangster and we talking about redefining what's really gangster, which is growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty.
That's right.
That's something that I turned that into a clothing line. You heard me? Yeah, that's a whole like.
A whole swag.
Yeah. Because we gotta be bold when we trying to represent something that's not popular in the culture. You got to be bold with it, man.
That's right.
You feel me? When we talk about my enemies with BG, it's just saying that we all got something in common. We all got enemies.
Yeah.
And we need to understand that we are not called to kill and exterminate our enemies, but we got to make sure that we praying for our enemies, that we are not backing down from our enemies, but that we are working on the enemy within. You feel me? Yeah, like when I'm doing this music, you a star. It's just telling everybody, don't chase validation from a whole bunch of blind people in this world because they just the blind leading the blind. You a star already. Like all these songs on the album mean something special, bro. So why do we call it like it is? Like B, like this album, this is gonna be one of the most important albums in hip hop history when it's all said and done. And the tour is gonna be amazing too, because I'm doing something so unique for the tour. A lot of these talks that we be having like this, I'm gonna have one of these in every city.
That's hard.
That night during the tour stop. The show gonna start off with one of these roundtable discussions with me and people in that city that's important to that community. Then we gonna party and get into the concert.
That's hard.
And the tour starts September. We coming to Atlanta. September 7th.
Okay then.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah. You better be there, bro.
Answer me this though, D. When it comes to just your movement, man, what do you find you face the most resistance, man?
I face resistance from people who I'm a threat to them monetizing their ignorance. If I'm a threat to somebody being able to make money off of the ignorance that they perpetuating, then they don't like what I got to say. Because they like, dang, this dude trying to bring love to the forefront, this dude trying to bring intelligence and God to the forefront. He irritating my demons. You hear me? He irritating my demons. Get away from me, D-1. You hear me? We done seen it. Joe Budden just shouted me out apparently on his podcast yesterday. You know what I mean? Joe Budden was one of my most vocal critics at first.
Yeah.
I think people just didn't know me at the time, B, and they thought Jim Jones ain't know me, Joe Budden probably ain't know me, Rick Ross ain't know me.
Yeah.
So at the time they thinking, who is Lil Daddy just trying to get on and make a name on the strength of us? Not knowing that, man, I was working 15 years before this moment, being the same person that I am now. You know what I mean?
Have you been able to get clarity with any of these people? Or
Meek Mill.
Okay, so how did that conversation go?
We met up in the club in New Orleans during Super Bowl.
Okay.
Had a man-to-man talk.
Now, what? It wasn't a strip club, was it?
It wasn't a strip club.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, no, it wasn't no strip club, no.
So
no.
what was that conversation like, though, man, when y'all got together?
Yeah, Fredo Bang hooked that up.
What up, though, Fredo? Yeah.
Fredo Bang hooked that up. That's my little student, you heard me? That's like, I love that man for life, man.
Yes, sir.
He knew that was a moment that needed to happen because Fredo got love for me, he got love for Meek. So when we had that talk in the club, it was basically just trying to get an understanding, and he said he understood where I'm coming from with my thoughts on the whole culture and everything. And he was just letting me know, he was like, bro, I feel the same as you in a lot of ways. I'm just coming from a different starting point than you, D. Like, I was more in these streets, you know what I'm saying, than you.
I feel that.
And I can't argue with that. He absolutely was. And I know that he's sincere about being on a path and being on a journey to grow. And man, we exchanged info, bro. It's cool because all it is it was seeds that were planted that night, positive seeds. And Meek know I got love for him. And yeah, bro, like communication leads to unification.
Who has been Dee-1's biggest supporter that you didn't expect to be a huge supporter?
Wow, that's a $1 million question right there.
Yeah.
I gotta give shouts. I'm just gonna give random shout outs.
Okay.
I don't know that one is more surprising than the other, but when I look online and, you know, I'm a sports dude, bro.
Yeah.
I grew up playing sports. I didn't grow up rapping. So when I see Kyrie Irving, you know, always showing love to my posts, you know, rocking with me, super tough, that mean a lot. When I see Shaq reposting my videos.
Come on, man.
Constantly. You know, I'm like, dang, Shaq, who I grew up, you know.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Everybody loves Shaq.
Yeah,
and Kyrie.
Stephon Marbury. You know what I'm saying? Like point guard royalty. You know what I'm saying? That's like my brother. Like when I'm seeing us have conversations about my music, Sebastian Telfair, like Dez Bryant, you know, all these athletes who I'm just like, dang, that's dope, bro. It's really a lot of synergy between hip-hop artists and athletes. That mean a lot. Inside of hip-hop, man, me and Cool Joe from Goody Mob got something coming.
Joe?
You heard me?
Okay then.
Yeah, he reached out to me. I was like, "Damn, brother,
that's
like,
hard.
that's hard."
My big bro right there.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah, man, hell yeah, that's the shirt right there.
Wow, dang, yeah, that's crazy, bro. So people like that. You know who, bro? You know who? I'm honored to have his support because he really champions me, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne, bro. Like goes hard behind like Dee-1 is right. Like he said on Breakfast Club multiple times. Dee-1 is right about what he's saying about the culture.
Come on now.
Some of this stuff is just to the point where it's extremely hypocritical and we championing a bunch of negativity and toxicity and we gotta try to do better. That don't mean it's easy to do better, but we gotta try. So yeah, bro, that type of love, I would say all that stuff because I don't expect anything from anybody. I realize that nobody owes me anything, you know. When it come to my city, the first person who was willing to stand next to me before it was ever cool, guess who it was?
Who?
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh. Back when we talking about when my dreadlocks wasn't even touching my neck yet, you know what I mean? Manny Fresh and rest in peace DJ WAP. You know what I mean? That was his best friend. They was willing to stand next to me way back 15, 16 years ago, did music with me and all that. Me and Fresh got a song called The One That Got Away. Man, in New Orleans, that song put me all the way on the map. It was all over on the radio stations, one of the top songs, you know. And yeah, bro, like, I don't take none of that for granted because nobody owes that to me.
That's right. How do you feel about the machine's role in all of this stuff as well, though, D?
The machines are making money off of our pain and off of our dysfunction as black people. So I hate the spirit of a machine being like, we don't have a moral compass. We just have a money counter. Whoo, that's a bar. The machine saying we don't have a moral compass. We just have a money counter.
Come on now.
That's the problem that I have with the machine, bro. And it be white people behind the machine. It be black people behind the machine. Let's not get it twisted. Man, that's not hip hop. That's hypocritical hop. That's what I'm saying, bro. We all fell in love with hip hop, but now we allowed hip hop to get compromised by this negative, evil spirit, and it then turned into hypocritical hop. So I want artists to start saying, I'm a hypocritical hop artist. I'm not a hip hop artist.
So you just go. Why are you trying to make people shoot themselves in the face?
Because they don't mind us shooting each other in the face. Come on, B. Stop playing with me, man.
Well, see, the thing is, though, I don't know a rapper alive, Dee-1, that's going to say, you know what, I'm making hypocritical hop music.
Well, I'll be the one to do it for him.
And see, that's the issue. You going around trying to point your finger at everybody, like, stop it, let me live, brother.
Let me live. Let us live. You heard me? That's what I'm saying, bro. Let us live. Y'all making it sound cool to be dysfunctional, man.
Yeah.
I'm not finna celebrate. Listen, B, I'm not finna celebrate nobody for them talking about how good of a dope dealer they was.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got a symphony backing you while you're doing a 20th anniversary tour. I'm not finna celebrate that all of a sudden, bro. We grew past that.
Well, see, this is my thing, though, D, and I think I mentioned this in the last time we talked about this. I mean, you like the Hot Boys. I like G's. I like the Hot Boys. I listen to all of this music as well,
at this point, brother, I like Christopher Dorsey. I like Tab Virgil. I like Terrius Gray. I like Dwayne Carter. That's the men. The man and the art that they create, they got a lot of people that's like, man, I like David Augustine, but I might not like Dee-1. You feel me? They got a lot of people who draw that line. Man, so that's what I'm saying, bro. We get to a certain point to where it's this machine that's been created that's trying to get all of us to say, man, you not allowed to say that you don't rock with something. If you like this person, then you gotta like everything they do and everything that they stand for. No, they all got songs that I love. I'm in BG's video for his song Thank You, featuring Derez Deshawn.
What up, Derez?
That song need to win a Grammy Award, bro.
Come on.
That song is amazing. Yes, bro. Yes. Like, you can love something about somebody, but then be like, well, this part of them, I don't feel like that was the best representation of the most amazing side of them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, this is the thing I'm saying is, D, me and you both grew up in prime hypocritical hop eras, man. And I'm saying, I do believe that the music does have an influence, but I'm not gonna, make it the #1 and leading influence on what's going on in our communities. Now, the soundtrack ain't helping, but it's still a lot of actors out here, a lot of screenwriters, and a lot of directors directing traffic in our community that's causing a lot of this stuff to go. And sometimes it hides behind hypocritical hop.
So we need Michael B. Jordan and Denzel Washington to talk about that, because they're more qualified to speak about that than B-High or Dee-1, because they are actors.
Well, see, my thing is, I was using that as an analogy. When I talk about the directors and the actors, I'm talking about the teachers, I'm talking about the mayors, I'm talking about the police captains, I'm talking about federal grants and funds coming into the community that can be used to prevent a lot of this stuff. See, if the rappers are rapping about what they seeing on a regular basis, that stuff can be cleaned up without the music. And if kids are growing up in a prime and optimum place to survive and enjoy themselves, guess what they're going to start rapping about? Hey, my daddy took me to the park and it went down. We went to Chuck E. Cheese and we acted a fool. You see what I'm saying? But if you coming home and there's drugs in your community,
that's narration, by the way. What you just said, that would be somebody narrating their life experiences. I don't think anything is wrong with that. I think that's healthy.
Okay.
But glorifying stuff, making it sound cool. I bust that nigga head, you heard me? And I watched his brain fall up out his and then I went to his grave and I pissed on his
That needs to stop. Now, I'm not gonna argue with you on that. That type of shit needs to stop. I ain't gonna agree with all of that, because I have seen that kind of stuff and it's just ridiculous when I see that, okay? But the thing is, a lot of this music kind of, tiptoes on the line of that stuff as well, and it's pretty much the same message, whether you narrating it or enforcing it.
B, watch this. You believe in God?
Most definitely.
All these artists who I talk to and who I've ever spoken about, all these executives who work for the labels, most of them believe in God.
That's right.
At a certain point, we gotta all make a decision. It's a personal decision.
I'm with you.
What matters more, pleasing God or pleasing these quote-unquote fans out here, right? Because these people who we are trying to please, that's not who we got to answer to at the end of our life. And so my thing is, it get real sober when I say that. Like, it get real quiet in the room because everybody believe in God, but are you meaning to tell me that you're more loyal to hip hop than you are to God? And that right there, that's hypocritical hop at its finest, because hip hop was never meant to be something that we turn into a God. You feel me? That's not meant to be something that we idolize. So there's a way to do this stuff, and everybody feels like they're entitled to eat off of this culture. Some of y'all need to get day jobs, bro. And people don't want to hear that. So they're like, nah, by any means necessary, I'm going to eat off of the rap game. And because of that, that makes people say, dang, I got to do some stuff that I know I ain't even lived this life, but I'm going to act like I did. I'm going to play a role. I'm going to become a character just so I can make some money off of this. That ain't hip hop.
So
that's hypocritical.
What do you say about, private prisons, man? Privately owned prisons that got to fill those seats with $100,000 per head in there.
They praying on us. They're not praying for us. They praying on us.
So what role does that play in, leading to destruction?
That means that if they got private prisons that's contributing to our destruction because they're incentivized by having young men and women that look like us in there, then we have to have an equal amount of firepower when it comes to saying we're going to work to keep that same population out of them prisons.
And incentivize folks to go to college, and incentivize folks to, keep their families together, incentivize people to graduate high school.
And I think hip-hop is a great tool to be able to do that. Do you know how many lives hip-hop has changed in a positive way, bro?
I'm with you.
A whole lot of lives, bro.
I'm with you.
But we also got to acknowledge that hip-hop ain't just one group of people anymore, bro. Like, there's literally a line that had to be drawn, and it never had a name. You had heaven, and then you had hell. You got hot, you got cold. You got hip-hop, and now Dee-1 has made it to where you have hypocritical hop. And it's that simple. And I made an album letting everybody know that I hate hypocritical hop. I hate it. That's our only op.
Yeah.
You heard me?
Yeah.
No rapper, no person, no executive. That's not the op. It's the evil and the greed and the ignorance that's working through those people that ends up being the op. Because the same person that could make music glorifying murdering somebody, that same person could make a song talking about saving somebody's life.
I agree.
And loving their family and making their community better. That same person has the power to use their gift in two different ways. Are you going to use it in a way that's hip hop, or are you going to use it in a way that's hypocritical hop? We got a choice to make as a people.
Dee-1, bars as always, son.
My brother.
You know the door is open anytime. We need some Dee-1 every month in here, okay, sir?
I'm with that.
Because we need to have these discussions and these arguments over current topics, past topics, and what's going on, in the meantime.
I'm with it.
But Hypocritical Hop, streaming on all platforms.
It's out right now on all platforms. The tour starts in September. Make sure y'all go to DEE1music.com and get your tour tickets, you heard me?
Yeah.
And I got an answer for the question. B, you asked me who was the most surprising person that has shown me love.
Who?
Brian Williams, Birdman.
Yeah.
I saw Birdman at Dreamville Fest.
Okay then.
Man, we was backstage, had a cool conversation.
Yeah.
He told me he proud of me. He told me he love what I'm doing.
Come on now.
And he said he see everything. He pay attention.
That's hard.
Like, I ain't grow up on VL. I don't know that man. You know, for him to have to owe that to me to tell me that. You know what I'm saying? So that really shocked me, bro.
Well, now that was a beautiful thing.
B, it let me know, bro. It let me know that what I'm saying, people resonating with it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody not able to go cold turkey and just maybe change stuff all of a sudden. But deep down, I think they admire that somebody has the courage to say that we can do better as a people and as a culture.
But now, D, your work does not go unappreciated, sir. We need it. And you got to stay down with it no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it gets, no matter how much persecution you might face. Somebody got to speak for that. And I salute you for that, brethren.
Thank you, bro.
And I'm going to be here for it with a platform whenever you need to do it again.
Thank you, brother. I'm glad that you listened to the album. Everybody out there, go listen to the album. And this album going down in hip-hop history straight up, bro.
Y'all heard the man. Get down with the movement. Be Hot Radio. Shout it, Dee-1. We gone.